Well, that's how we end the news for tonight, but now we're going to cross over to Hussein Mohammed to delve into tonight's discussion ahead of the senatorial by-election in Homa Bay on Thursday. I'm Janet Bogwa. Thank you for watching. Over to you now, Hussein.
Right, Janet, thank you so much. Like we said, in slightly over 24 hours, voters are going to the polls to elect the new senator in Homa Bay town. That's the senator that will succeed the late Otieno Kajwang. The stakes are as high as ever, but we are opening with some sad news tonight, and that is why we have one empty seat here. We now gather that Moses Kajwang, the ODM candidate, will not be able to make time for this debate because he is rushing to a place where there has been an accident after their campaign today. And Monica Amolo, who is a nominated MCA here in Homa Bay County and also the chair of the ODM Homa Bay County, has died in a road accident along with 3 other people. We gather their car rammed into a trailer, so sad news there, and that is why the ODM fraternity has gone to the scene of the accident. Other than that, Janet, the debate will proceed here. To introduce my guests now, we have on the far left Philip Okundi, who's the candidate with the Maendeleo Party of Kenya ticket. After him, of course, we have Edwin Matete, who's an independent candidate. Hilary Alila is an independent candidate. On my right, Professor Luke Misama, independent candidate, and Bernard Otieno, vying with the National Vision Party. Thank you so much all for making time for the big question tonight. And I'll start with you, Bwana Okundi. Tell me why you want to be the next senator.
Thank you very much. I would like to be the next senator because I feel that there's a lot of work which needs to be done to set up the scene for senatorial work in this county. Mm-hmm. First, the Constitution specifies that under Article 96 what the senator will do. The Senate House was created in order to establish the entrenchment of the devolution process, right, and also to ensure that the revenues are located under proper arrangements and proper discussions, and also to oversight into how these things are done, and also to prefect the presidency and to see that the whole idea of governance is set out very well. So that's what I think, that I need to get into this and set up order for doing good work so that senators are effective within the arrangements of the devolved government process.
Edwin Matete, independent candidate, does that convince you? Do you think that is enough? Why would you want to be a senator?
Yeah, I'd like to be the next senator of Homa Bay because Homa Bay as a county has a lot of work, has a lot of catching up to do in terms of development or matters of development, as far as matters of development are concerned. Therefore, I think for the whole agenda of devolution to be met, somebody has to come out and ensure that the resources that come to the county are effectively used. Mm-hmm. And that person is me.
Okay, we'll come back to specific details later. Hilary Alila.
Thank you very much. Before I say why I want to become a senator, I would like to take this opportunity to pass my sincere condolences to the people of Homa Bay County, more so less the people of Dewa, because the late Monica Molo comes from my ward in Kanyikela. So condolences to the ODM family and the people of Homa Bay. I want to become a senator of Homa Bay County because considering the political party bickering that we've had, more or less here, I want the people of Homa Bay County to send me to the Senate so I can go there with a clear mind and vision, and also put in line a mind of consensus, dialogue, so we can, as the Senate, pass bills that will strengthen the devolution and make devolution work for the people of Homa Bay County.
Okay. Professor Lekusam.
Thank you very much. First of all, as my fellow colleague Hilary has said, I would also seize this opportunity to send my condolences to the family of the late Monica Molo, who has just passed on following a road accident. Having said that, I would like to say that I'm standing essentially to bring a change in leadership in Homa Bay County. Homa Bay County is one of those counties that is heavily endowed with both natural resources and human resources. However, with the current governance of ODM in Homa Bay County, there are a lot of things which I'm not happy about. The way the resources that are meant to develop the county is going on, it is being channeled and abused and not being used for the growth in Homa Bay. Therefore, I do believe, as an independent person, I would be able to bring in a change that is needed, because at the moment, the government we have in Homa Bay County, it is obvious, it is an ODM government. It has failed to deliver in many aspects that it is expected to deliver, and therefore I feel as an independent senator, I would not be able to do the things that ODM government is doing in the county. In my view, it has failed, and it has failed
just because it's you won't be doing what ODM government is doing just because it's ODM, or
no.
There are specifics you want to
There are
point out that
specific things that I would like to do. One, the Red Network, where I come from is Soba district. It is the only district in Homa Bay County which does not even have 1 meter of an asphalt road. Yet it is a district that helps this country to generate 7 billion out of fishing industry. And there is nothing ODM government in the county is plowing back to help develop the road capacity in Homa Bay, in Soba and in Homa Bay County.
Okay, let me get Bernardo Tenio.
Okay, allow me first to send my condolences to the family of Monica, and also allow me also to share a little bit of the reasons as to why I need to apply for the post. The reason as to why
why you want to be a senator? Yeah.
One, you see the way I am. I'm full of dust even right now. Roads are unworthy. And even the bicycle riders, that is motorcycle riders, they are full of coughs. While I was moving around, seeing how they are suffering from the chest, and all this is because of bad governance. And the one that will bring change and development is Bernard Urutian has seen how Homa Bay County is endowed with natural resources and other resources. So he is the one that the Almighty God has given at this very moment to bring change in Homa Bay.
Okay. Gentlemen, many would say, and critics would say, after you are what you've said about why you want to be a senator, apart from maybe Luke being a bit more specific, nobody has said anything tangible like specifics in terms of what you really wanted to change when you become a senator. There was a senator already. You cited the Constitution. Is there anything specific you have seen and you want to go in and change?
Yes, first, being the first speaker, it's very difficult to say some things. I want to pass my condolences to the late Monica Molo, who has passed on. I want to grieve with the family, and I want to pass my condolences. Well, I would like to address the health sector. That is one key factor which has to be addressed. The health facilities, hospitals, the availability of drugs, the planning for the training of the health workers. And then I want to address education very seriously.
Okay.
I want to address water.
Right. Before we move to the other issues, let's look. Of course, the viewers should understand because of time we can't handle every issue. But let's talk about health, for instance. And I'd like the rest also to give me their take about health. Maybe if we say I shouldn't start with, it was a bit unfair starting with you. I'll start with Professor Luke Misama this time. Right. Tell me about health. You wanting to be a senator, you must have thought about health and the health sector, and maybe what you would have wanted changed, or what you would have done to change the health sector.
Health sector,
in your country,
in my county, the situation is quite wanting, because we have in the county level 5 hospital at Homa Bay. It is a hospital which there are many things that are not available. and Homa Bay County, the poverty level is very high. And poverty level being very high, it means the level of sickness and unhealthy people are in large number.
So what would you do?
What I would want to do is to ensure that as elected senator, the money that will be coming out of consolidated funds will make a significant allocation for the health sector, and also where we feel and where we feel that there is a shortfall, I would not hesitate as a senator. Personally, I've had a lot of working in the international community. I have friends in Australia, I have friends in the US, I have friends in Britain and elsewhere.
Yeah.
I would get donors and ask them to participate. And I would also use the opportunity to encourage international NGOs to play a major role, particularly given that the HIV incidence in the county is probably the highest in the land, and more so in Suba, where I come from. So we'll do more to try to help that problem for the people of Homa Bay County and reduce it by going to international community for help.
Okay. He talks about allocation, getting enough funds for health. Is that enough?
Yeah.
What would you do?
Good enough to say, if elected the Senate of Homa Bay County, my priority, you see some of these services are devolved, like health is devolved, is one of the devolved services to the county government. If elected the Senate of Homa Bay County, my priority would be to lobby in the Senate so we can pass some pending bills in the Senate, like the division of the revenue bill. This is a bill that is still pending in the Senate, and the public finance management bill. This will make some of these devolved services sustainable, so that they can function. Some mostly health. This will mean more money coming to the county, so that these services can work better with people who become all citizens.
Philip Okundi, what would you do?
Yeah, in the health sector, I think as a senator, I will by law be the chairman of the development board of the county. And I think I need to take part with the assembly itself, the executive of the county, and plan out how we would tackle the health inadequacies. We have to plan it out and fight for allocation for money so that there is adequate facilities. This is a long-term development, but it's big. So I think we need to plan it out well so that we see who goes where and what we do about health. But it's also tied up with other things like water and so on. So I think this is a big subject.
That needs a lot of time, surely. Right, we've now just been joined by Fred Rabongo, who's the candidate vying on a national agenda party ticket. Thank you so much for making time for the big question. I had already asked the other candidates here, why would you want to be the senator of Homa Bay? Very briefly. Yeah, it's on.
Thank you very much. My main reason for wanting to be the senator of Homa Bay is to solve the development problems in Homa Bay. Homa Bay as a county bleeds and yearns for one, infrastructural development, but even above all, as I've mentioned in the past, there is abject poverty in the county. We need to have a senator who is able to address the issues, especially of poverty and youth empowerment and women empowerment in terms of economic empowerment. Thank you very much.
Does any one of those rank highest to you, and how would you address it?
The issue of infrastructural development ranks highest to me, one, and two, the issue of, as I've mentioned, the issue of poverty next. One of the ways I would want to use to solve the issue of poverty is to ensure that funds that are meant, that have been devolved in the local government, that are meant for development in terms of youth and also infrastructure, are also used in the correct way, in the sense that I would be closely involved in supervision of the same.
Okay. Are you satisfied, Edwin Matete, with the county government and how it is working right now?
I'm not satisfied. That's why actually I'm out to make a few changes as a candidate and as a senator of Homa Bay. First, I would like to address the issue of health, which is a very, very, very important issue.
Right, and before we go on, maybe for our viewers, just to know, Homa Bay is leading in the country in terms of prevalence of HIV in this country. So health, obviously, like they're saying, all the candidates are saying here, is very, very important. You can proceed.
But it's important to note that the structures that are put to handle the sector is wrong. You know, we need to put up the right setup. Like, for instance, right now there is centralized system of okay, the funds are put in a central place, which is wrong. We should treat individual hospital. All hospitals should be treated individually.
Okay.
The funds should be devolved as per the county hospitals.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They are sub-county hospital, of course.
Right.
We cannot centralize the whole thing in one account.
Right. Now, all of you, again, sadly we couldn't have Moses Kajwang joining us in this debate, but all of you, the truth be told, and what people have been saying, I mean, going with what we've been seeing in this country for the last 50 years or so, Nyanza province generally is a strong ODM region. None of you here is vying an ODM party ticket. And funny enough, or interestingly enough, of all these people here today, I gather only Professor Luke Misama has never been associated or associated with ODM. At some point, all of you associated with ODM and you're no longer in ODM. Let me start with you, Bernard. How do you think you're going to go past that support that ODM has in Nyanza?
Yes, it's wonderful, a very wonderful question. I've never vied any seat in ODM. I started last general election, I vied for an MP in Dewa constituency with the National Vision Party. And when I came around, as I was seeing our brethren or my fellow competitors were coming out from ODM, because ODM was a mother and they were running, fighting together as children to run and get tickets, I said, it's me who will really bring peace in the midst of this race. So
do you think you still stand a chance?
I stand a chance.
Wave in this region.
I really stand a chance as a man of vision, and the party that I stand with or that I use is National Vision Party, a party with vision, with a light. So I have the vision, and I'm really very sure that I'm going to garner the votes and be the senator of the Homa Bay County.
Okay, Professor Misama.
Thank you. That's a very interesting question. I want to say it is true. I've never been, and I don't admire and aspire to be a member of ODM, because ODM, as I've stated, its policies and its manner that it has had the hold on the people of Nyanza. What it has done, I do believe I have a chance of actually overcoming the bondage of being in the fraternity of the ODM. In a sense, ODM has been in existence since the days of the late Kivwitu, and when he created ODM for the last, the referendum of 2005, that's when people clung to that name of ODM. Otherwise, ODM has not been there, but the bondage of having to be under the banner of one family for over 50 years has been so dangerous, and this is why I am bold enough to stand as an independent person, because, as you know, all my colleagues have actually tasted the milk of ODM, but they have all jumped out because they realize that it is not working well. I even, at this moment, I take the opportunity to compliment MPs such as Oner, Neto, and Ogindo, and also Milio Biambo, because these are ODM MPs, but they are actually saying no, and
saying no,
saying no to ODM, because ODM is a party that promotes dictatorship.
In what sense? Why would you say that?
Well, there is no democracy. You allow people the opportunity to elect, but in the bondage of ODM,
Right.
there is what I call nomination rent. This rent is why my friends have actually jumped ship. They,
Okay,
you know,
ODM,
they are here.
right,
They
the
can
ODM
deny
party.
if they have not paid the nomination rent. And that
Okay.
is the reason
We will
they
ask-
have jumped the ship.
We will ask them. But to be fair to ODM, there's no person here from ODM who can defend the ODM party. But of course, they explained what happened in the nomination process, and we'll now bring in Fred Rabongo, who participated in the nomination process. First of all, some would say, like he said, there are ODM ideologies that people have been believing in. You have been in the party, same with Bono Kuni and Hillary Alila here. Why then, after the nomination, why did you jump to another party? What happened to the ideology and everything that you believe in ODM?
Let me tell you something that ODM has become like an old vehicle. An old vehicle means that the engine is not working properly. Hata carburetor imepasuka. It is only that. It is only that. And even the numbers inside that vehicle
But you
are not
wanted-
treating
but you
people.
wanted to run with-
Allow me
with that
to
vehicle.
go ahead. And even the numbers inside that vehicle have even treated people badly. However, the driver of that vehicle is okay. The driver of that vehicle is fine, but everybody in that vehicle is not okay. That's one of the reasons why I have been in that vehicle. And I am saying that. What I have done is, the vehicle has gotten spoiled, so I have just gone to buy a spare part so that I can come and mend this vehicle in 2017.
So you're saying you'll come back to the party? You'll go back to the party?
What I'm saying is that if the vehicle is sorted by 2017, I will be back.
Right.
If the vehicle is not sorted by 2017, I will not be back.
Okay, I want to bring
Thank
in
you
Okuni,
very
but how does that, what does that say about you, Bwana Rabongo? You're saying if that vehicle, meaning ODM, is sorted before 2017, you'll be back. Right now, you're vying on a national agenda party. It means you just want to be the senator, you don't care about the national agenda party. If ODM sort out their mess, you'll go back?
What you are not aware is that much as National Agenda Party of Kenya is not in court coalition, it condones with the ODM party. So it means that much as we are not in the coalition, then we are part of them. So I am not against, I have not said I am against ODM. I am just against the ideals and how ODM is run.
Okay.
Thank you
Philip
very
Okundi,
much.
you participated in the nomination process. And before you proceed, for both of you, maybe the ODM leadership, to be fair to them, because we don't have anybody representing ODM here, says there was limited, we know there was limited time for universal suffrage, and then the delegates system was supported. You all agreed, according to the elections board, ODM, you all agreed to sit and talk and decide who is going to vie with an ODM ticket. You failed to agree and ask the elections board to choose one person. The elections board chose Moses Kajwang. If you agreed up to that point, why did you then decide to jump ship? Is it just because you just really want to be a senator?
Yeah, I want to tell you that that is not correct. The position is this. Much as the ODM leaders have fought year in, year out for democratization and have free and fair basis for choosing people to lead aspects of politics in this country, they have not in reality practiced it. They have always used one clause in their constitution which allows them to directly appoint somebody to vie for elective post. Now, I feel and I know that this has not been used correctly, because many times they have excuses. One is that time is very limited.
Right.
Time is very limited. Another one is there's not enough money to try and produce ballot papers to meet everybody in the universal suffrage.
Although you are a member of this party, isn't it?
I was a member of this party, and I was a member at the formation.
Yes.
I'm a life member, and I have worked for the party seriously. And my record is big.
Right.
But imagine, much as they specified who would now be nominated for this senatorial position, When they went about to set it out, to find this man, they did interviews, they did a ground check on the popularity of the candidates, and the results that they got, they did not use properly. The other one.
He wants to interject.
No, I want to interject, engineer, because at some point you are the director.
And that is where I'm going. Why didn't you raise these objections? Why now? Is it only now that
that time we didn't complain? There wasn't somebody coming with these grievances until it came about. And you know, the whole process of changing the constitution is not an easy one. It's not an easy one. Take, for example, myself. In 2007, I was denied nomination. At nomination only. 2013,
right,
I was denied. Just at nomination. And this 2014, denied nomination. This is why I felt that maybe I better go and find a means of going to the direct public and see whether they rate me to represent them in this particular position.
Hillary Ariela was not agreeing with you.
No, his engineers have tried at least to explain, but this has been a problem in ODM. Myself, I was a victim in the last general election.
Right.
Where nominations are not conducted in a free and fair manner. They end up being symbolic, and the party again comes to get to pains. They are at pains to recapture the seat.
Okay.
I think we are all at one point, as we said, we are all in ODM, and we would extend an olive, or we would give them our hand that, okay, we are all people from the same place. We are all leaders from Homa Bay County, all of us seated here. If they want to put the house in order, they should, but if things go on like this, I doubt it's going to be easy for them.
And again, I'm going to emphasize here that nobody is speaking.
Basically, that's what I was talking about, but
yeah.
in allegorical terms, not directly. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Let me add.
Okay.
There are many examples of people who have failed at the nomination. Why is it that only at the nomination do fairly good candidates fail in ODM?
In ODM.
So this exposes something which is a weakness in the structure of ODM leadership.
From that question,
that requires attention.
From that question, I'll pose another to all of you who are complaining about ODM. But again, I'll emphasize there's no person here. Nobody's representing ODM. They've always explained after such things happen what happened. They've explained. Why is it that all the time when these things happen, it is at that particular by-election or election or that nomination stage that will get people like you complaining? We've never seen you decide to, move out of ODM because there was a problem with the nomination in another county, maybe in Garissa or in Makueni. Why now? Doesn't it also show that it's because you really want to have this seat at all costs? Hillary.
Well, you see, Hussein, the truth be said, this area is a predominantly ODM area, and most of the people are supporters of ODM, and even the people supporting us now, because all of us here have supporters. Honorable Freddy has supporters, Honorable Okundi has supporters.
Right.
We all have supporters, and these are the same people who are supposed to be ODM members who are following us. So the problem should be addressed from the party. Otherwise, it's going to ODM will die in this area.
Matete, you're an independent candidate. Are you going? Do you believe you have what it takes to win against people who have parties that are sponsoring them?
It's important to realize that what Matete and ODM have in common is the support of the voters of Homa Bay County. Really, it's really not about the party, but it's about the person they are electing. It's about the leadership. It's about the quality the person can offer the people of Homa Bay.
Okay.
To me, I don't think as ODM being a challenge to me.
Okay.
It's not really.
Okay, gentlemen, like we said, we don't really have time to handle all the issues. There are a lot of issues that we can talk about, but time is not on our side. Very briefly, I'll get like 12 or 10 seconds response on this, because we've seen a lot of violence since this campaign started. Can we undertake, because many people have been asking, including the people of Homa Bay in their feedback today, can all of the candidates here undertake to ensure that there will be no violence from their side, and they will accept the results of the by-election? How it goes? Start with you.
In our camp, we have always, right from the day go, we advocated for complete peace, non-violence, and we condemned several instances where violence was there. And actually the undertaking is there.
Okay.
What we fear is that we have seen weapons hidden in this town, which indicate that somebody in this election battle is working out some violent situations and which affect us so much.
Okay. 10 seconds, please. The final words, yeah.
For me, it's important for the people of Homa Bay to realize that elections are just a one-day affair. And we'll still be having each other after the election.
Okay.
So it's very, very important for us as leaders and for our supporters back there to realize that this county belongs to all of us. And there's no need of shedding blood or even actually hurting somebody physically just because of a one-day affair thing.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I would urge all the people of Homa Bay County, as we go to poll, to exercise tolerance and observe peace, because we are all brothers and sisters at the end of the day, and we are all people from Homa Bay County. But my last parting shot to the people of Homa Bay is this election is about the known and the unknown. Please elect a known leader like Hillary.
Okay. And sorry, before you say that, there's one question that now that he's saying it's the unknown versus the known, I have to ask this question. We've had your opponents, and especially against Okundi and Rabongo, opponents saying this election is more than just the Homa Bay senator. It's to test Raila Odinga's and ODM's popularity going to 2017 together with against his opponents in the country, including the Jubilee coalition and other rebel MPs within ODM. And it is being said you're actually being used to do that, the two of you.
No,
I'm being used. I think it's unlikely that anybody would use me for any such purpose. What I know is that none of those candidates you're talking about is up for the race. Raila Odinga is not standing for any senatorial position, so I do not see why his name should be dragged in this race. This is a race between Honorable Kundi and all my other worthy opponents. It's a race between ourselves. But above all, what I would like to say is I would like to condemn the violence that's going on in the strongest terms. Right now, unfortunately, I will not tie something on my neck, but right now I've been attacked, and my PA right now is in hospital. That's why I've come late. My PA actually has been thoroughly beaten by one of the opponents. I'm going to lodge a formal complaint later, and he's in hospital. I've just left him in Kisi Hospital. But above all, I just want us to vote. Let's vote peacefully, even the day of the voting, and let's not vote party. Let's vote depending on the ability of the individual that you want to vote. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. What I would say is that this campaign has not just been one of what I would call democracy. There is so much which has been there, and it is true, I feel there is not adequate explanation, but what has been there is pesography. There's been a lot of money that has been poured in, and this has distorted the reality. However, I would say in order for us to maintain peace, we have to respect our cultural leaders like Mzee Keriaga Ogalo, who is highly respected. We should respect their advice, and equally we should also respect our cultural leaders like Mzee Omugambi of Suba people, Mzee Okanga, and also the religious leaders in our community, the Catholic bishops, the SDA pastors, and also the people of Legio Maria. These are cultural leaders and spiritual leaders whom we should look to help us maintain peace. Otherwise, I look forward to being the senator in Homa Bay County on 12th of February this year. Thank you.
I would urge my fellow colleagues, together with me and together fellow countrymen, that we should embrace peace and also to be in a position of supporting the poor, and also to be in a position of minding of those who are in lower classes because of poor distribution of resources.
Okay.
Some really act against this or take the advantage because they are seeing themselves as unworthless or people that are not even understood.
Okay, Bernardo Tieno, thank you so much.
I've yet to say.
Yeah, very briefly, briefly. Just
this election is about the 8 people who have applied for this senator seat.
Okay.
And none of those fellows they are mentioning are on the ballot paper.
But they support a candidate.
Let me say my team, for example, is supported by at least 5 of the 8 MPs in this place. They are supporting it because they are more or less not happy with the manner in which ODM, which has been the dominant party, has been exercising democracy in choosing leaders and choosing a number of items. So I think it is a test that people will see that the power should go to the people to direct who really is going to represent them.
Okay, it's important. It's important to note that tonight again, ODM was not represented here. I tried my best to relay what the ODM, NEC, and Elections Board have always been saying about these issues that have been raised. But of course, it's only fair enough to know that this has come from you, and there was no rebuttal from ODM. And ODM, of course, like we said, the candidate Moses Kajwang could not make it because they had to run to an area near Rodi, where Monica Amolo, together with Monica Amolo, the nominated MCA, and also the chair of ODM, Homa Bay County, has passed on in a road accident. Again, our condolences to family and friends, and that is why Moses Kajwang could not make it. But to all the candidates who've made it for the big question here tonight, of course, we know time is limited and we couldn't handle everything. We wish you the best of luck. And thank you so much for making time for the big question. The other person, of course, who didn't make it is an independent candidate known as Innocent Masara. So all in all, we have 8 candidates to battle it out on Thursday morning. Now, the decision will be made by the voters in Homa Bay County. That's all we have for the big question live from Homa Bay County tonight. I'm Hussein Mohammed. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Fred, Paulo Chelewa.